All right, I want to show you how you can look at all the active chargeback and manual cost work orders in a map. So these are our, as of 9/8/2025, we have 1,247 active work orders that are charged back around the campus. It gives you a nice graphical option to look at all the work orders. But you also have some statistics here on the side, like what trades are the work orders from, and you can see that it gives you the amount. Like custodians have 45, auto shop has 63, and the statistics here also show you how it's broken up by the status of it. So like reported, meaning they haven't been started yet. Then you have in progress, assigned. A nice one to look at is the one that says obtain approval, meaning there are 33 work orders that we're looking at, we're waiting for the approval for the customer to approve them. So over here you have a nice spreadsheet of what the work orders are. There's also an option to go directly to the work order from this view. So there's the work order number, the trade, description, status, department, and ID. You can do an actual search for the trade, for the work order number, for the department ID, or the person who is the requester ID. So let me show you one thing. So if you click here for this work order, it'll go directly to Planon for those of you that have a Planon account, and you can actually start looking at all the different details of that work order in Planon. But if you don't have Planon, you can actually see the details of the work order as it pops up over here on the map. Okay, here's a neat thing. Let's say I want to look at all the work orders assigned to electrical shop. I just type elect there, click enter, and the map and the statistics change. So you have 137 work orders for electrical shop, and these are the statistics for each one of those 137 work orders, and this is where they're located at around the campus. Now you can go over here and let's say I want to see how many work orders are in FCS that are electric shop. You click in there and it shows over here that there's actually only one work order. You can click on view and go to the work order directly if you like. Okay, now let's say how about this one, HSI. This one also has only one work order related to electrical. There will be some buildings that will have multiple work orders by the same shop. For example, this one it shows you one of three. That means it's got 3 work orders that are for that specific building. Now you can click on the next arrow and it takes you to the next work order and the details of the work order and the status. Okay, and there's the third work order. Some work orders may not show up yet because we haven't entered an actual GPS coordinate location for that specific building. So as long as we have in our database, Planon database, all the coordinates for all the buildings, the work orders will actually be mapped over here. Let's say that we want to look for a very specific work order, for example. Right? If you know the work order and you want to know where it's at, you can do a quick search here for that work order. Let's say it's 107.240.11. Okay. So that shows you what the work order is. You click on it and it shows you that it's an ET building, and you can see that it's actually mapped in the ET building. And it shows you all the information on it. Again, you can click on it and it takes you right to Planon to what the work order is. You can also look by department ID, for example. You want to know everything assigned to 00787. Okay, it shows you that all these work orders are actually for that department, and they're located in different parts of the university from that department. And what else? Oh yeah, you can also export this list. You can just go to Action and say export to CSV, and basically just makes like an Excel file, a CSV file that you can actually open, and you can get the file over here in Excel if you like. Okay. Another cool thing, let's say that you want to know all the departmental work orders for this department, but that are assigned to the plumb shop. You can just go to Actions, set Filter, and you can turn on a filter, and you can say where the clause and the trade is plumb. Oops, plumb. Okay. So it maps only the work orders that are assigned to the plumbing shop for that particular department, that department was the one that requested them. So it's pretty neat. Then you can just click on it, and you can see that there's 3 orders here from the plumb shop. It just kind of tells you what it's all about there. So it's really cool, and you can just clear everything, clear back the filter, you can turn it off. And you can do that. You can easily export this entire thing, right, as a CSV, and it's going to give you all 1,247 orders if you want to keep track in Excel. And the way that that I did this is actually in, this is more of the technical aspects of it. This is this was done in ESRI using the ArcGIS Map, and it's called a web experience. So it's kind of like a little app that you create. You select the fields and all that. So what I did was I created the database that I populate from Planon. So in Planon, I have a filter. Let's go to orders, and the filter is called all active work orders for GIS. And basically what I'm doing is I'm selecting where billing type is equal to chargeback and manual cost, where it is an order, not a request, where the status says is since 8/28, that's when I started the app. So anything active that's still alive, go ahead and give me that list. That's what I'm saying. And so I just select all of them. I create a report, and I created this report here manually. I selected all the different fields for that report, so this was all done beforehand by me. You save it as an Excel file. Okay, so there's over 700 active work orders out there. And then I just go here to that database that I created in ArcGIS. You go to the database, you go to data, and it's as simple as updating the data. And as long as there's no corrupted data in that export from ArcGIS, you can just click on it, click on the Excel file that I just downloaded, open it up, and it's going to basically map the XY coordinates that are in the buildings in that Excel file. And the unique identifier is a work order number, so I will go to W001 or W01. That's my unique identifier that has the work order numbers. And here I just make sure to map department to department, description. The rest are already pre-mapped for you. Click OK. And we're going to update and complete all the attributes only. So this basically grabs all the active work orders, it populates them in that little database that I did here, and it just makes the list a little bit longer. Now it's 1,832, but when you go here, right now it's 1,247. If I click refresh, it auto refresh every 3 minutes, but you can click refresh. And now it's going to show you that it went up to 1,267. So it gets rid, because I did some pre-filters here, it gets rid of anything that has already been closed, anything that's admin completed, or supervisor approved, or service response approved, technically completed. Those are basically considered completed. So I'm only showing things that are active out there right now. So it's pretty neat, and it's as simple as an export and an import. The only other technical thing I'm going to show you is that if you go to content, again, the app that I created this in is called ESRI, and it's called a web experience. And this is where the magic happens. This is where you create, this is like the studio part of it. This is where you create the widgets and gadgets that you want. You create views, you create filters, and you call up the database that you want to use, which is that little database that I created with the active work orders. And then you save it and publish it. So it took me about a week to do this whole thing, and but it's very powerful, very useful, and very, very cool looking. As you can see, here's the published version. It's also publicly available, so I can give this link to any of the department organizers, for example, the departments that are always, the people that are always submitting work orders that are in this ID list here. And they can have this visual, and they can basically filter by their ID or their department, and they can at any time look at all the active work orders for their departments, and at any time they can do an export into an Excel file. So it's really, really cool. And this is a good tool for managers to see, where the trades are, what the work orders they're doing all around the campus. And so it's just a really neat, a very, very cool tool, I believe. And it's very simple to update. And it's just an overall view of everything that's happening in our work order system.